What's going on, Ronin? How are you doing today? Today we're taking a look at the PTR Summer Medley Fair event game update from New World. Now we're not going to go through the whole notes on here because there is a section where they are still tweaking, and I don't want to talk about stuff that might change in the actual launch of the game. But we are going to talk about some of these things that will be in the game, and this is going to start off with the summer event and these new tools, this new skill called instruments that they've added in here. And that's kind of cool. So it says, Eternum is an ever-evolving world, and as such, we continue our efforts in providing our players with an assortment of ongoing new features, content, and changes. Similar to the activities leading up to our last major update, we are approaching the release of our next large release and would like to once again invite you all to participate in the next cycle of our public test realm. Now, as we know, normally I'm not really a fan of PTRs because a lot of times they put in-game content in there and people are able to do that ahead of time, which really doesn't give them reason to do it again when it comes out in the full launch. But for testing some of this stuff out, like these things, and being able to share the information with you guys, I do appreciate them. So let's go ahead and jump into the updates. So, major updates, Summer Medley Fair event. Now, this event ties into the new instruments we get, but the instruments won't leave when the event is over. So it says, amidst the tragedy and violence of Eternum, a Medley Fair maestro has declared it's time to party away your woes. Summer villages have been erected in Brightwood, Everfall, Weaver's Fen, and Monarch's Bluffs. Raise your reputation with the maestro through quest, catching fish like the famed Eternum sturgeon with maudlin bugs, and more to net special holiday rewards. You can even frame your favorite catches for your home at new mount-a-catch stations found in every village. Come let loose and celebrate life on the island of eternal life. So for musical instruments, they're saying that there are rhythm action-based trade skill coming to Eternum that make the world a stage. There are 5 instruments for players to pick up and learn, plus an initial 31 songs to collect and master. You can play solo or as a group with up to 5 adventurers. These musical instruments include a guitar, a mandolin, an upright bass, drums, and the Azoth flute, which sucks. Songs are unlocked by salvaging pages hidden throughout Eternum. Complete the Summer Medley Fair quest to earn a special set of pages and starter instruments. Better instruments can be crafted through the Furnishing trade skill. Furnishing can also roll new music trade skill specific perks. So they're trying to make Furnishing actually worth something now, which is, I guess it makes sense. Since people can just find all this stuff all over the world and they're just buying things now, we can get instruments. I'm kind of wondering if they're going to have some instrument skins like they do with the trade skins. Maybe we can get like a warlock guitar instead of just a regular guitar. Press the F5 key to initiate a performance. Each one will reward players with trade skill, XP, and various buffs. Better performances receive strong buffs and more trade skill XP. Spectators enjoying the show will also receive a buff and can toss a coin to the performers as a tip. More buffs unlock as your trade skill XP increases. The buffs in order of progression are Decidedly Dexterous, gathering skill speed increases by 75% for 30 to 90 minutes. Territorial Triumph, territory standing bonus increases by 10% to 30% for 30 to 90 minutes. All together now, group character XP sharing bonuses increases by 4% to 15% for 30 to 90 minutes. Song in Your Step reduces player encumbrance by 200 to 1,000 for 30 to 90 minutes. Fortune's Favor, gathering yield increases by 3% to 10% for 30 to 90 minutes. And Luck's Labor, gathering luck increases by 2% to 5% for 30 to 90 minutes. And I'm going to take a brief cut here so you can kind of see this musical instrument stuff in action. So here we are in the PTR. We're just going to go ahead and take a look at what we have with these instruments and things of that nature. Show you what they're working with. They added a whole new section for the instruments. You can just have all 5 instruments, like your tools, like your gathering tools. You get these sheet music you have to find. Some of them require 3 pages. Some just require 1 page. And then there's actually different tier levels. You can see this is a level 3, a tier 3 instrument. And they have perks on them. Busker's Blessing, Second Chance, and Ensemble. Playing with a group rewards a player with a 10% music XP boost. Second Chance, the first music note is ignored, and Busker's Blessing performance group now refills full tip amount. So I guess they split it up behind everybody or something like that, or they split it into something. I'm not sure how tips work, but you can get tipped at the end of your performance. Now you see we have different sheets here. Some performances only require, or you can play with one person, and some you can play with up to 5, but it's never something that you have to play the performance. So, oh, somebody else is performing near me, maybe? So it's too close to another performance zone. There's somebody here running around with me. All right, let's run out here, see what we got. All right, you see how wide the performance zone is. You look around me, there's a zone on the outside where people can come and watch you play. So just opening it up, if somebody wanted to play near you, they wouldn't be able to because of how wide that zone is. And that's why I kept having that issue of the performance zone. So what we do is we're gonna select a song, hit R. You can see here it says one person can play the song. And then this one says 4, you got 4 different instruments. And then there's a couple up here that says 5, if you have all the pages for that. We'll play the Soul Warden's Journey. You can select your difficulty here. You have Novice, Skilled, and Expert. We're gonna check it out on Expert. And then you can select your reward. For this particular one, it's decidedly dexterous. I think because I'm playing with the guitar. We can double check and see if I play with an upright bass, if it changes. No. So I think I gotta unlock them. I'm not quite sure how that works. This I'm playing with the guitar. All right. So this increases gathering speed with this instrument. Let's go ahead and check it out, see how it works. So over here, start performance. You can invite people if you have a group performance. At the bottom it says invite people. So let's start. Space. Honest. You see they are not very forgiving if you miss notes. So as you see, we completed it. We got a store of great, and then the buff down there at the bottom. You can see that. Base gathering speed increased 75% for 60 minutes from a musical performance. And yeah, now and collect your tips. Just waiting for tips. Nobody's gonna come and tip me. Sad times. All right, back to the patch notes. All right, so now we're back here with more information for the update. We have barnacles and black powder. A dark tide rises in Aeternum with the arrival of Admiral Black Powder and his dastardly crew. Quest givers in the Cutlass Key settlement and the new docks on the territory's eastern shore will be looking to offer you loot and renown for defeating the despicable evil within the new Barnacles and Black Powder expedition. Rumors suggest there might be an even greater power within the Admiral's hold, not to mention more than meets the eye. As with most things in Aeternum, of course, Barnacles and Black Powder is an endgame expedition. The entrance can be found at the small docks in the southeast Cutlass Keys. For mutators, the Barnacles and Black Powder will be mutated 2 weeks after its release into the live game, and 3 new mutations will also join the mutation rotation. Icebound, a mutation that focuses on ice elemental effects related to incoming and outgoing damage. It can also apply slow status effects. Oppressive, a promotion set that includes mana drains and zones of silence, which prevent ability usage for a short period of time. And Frenzied. This variant applies curses to players that dodge. Curses stack and deal damage over time. Max stacks also damage nearby allies. So there's going to be some expedition enhancements also with new quality of life features, which have been introduced to alleviate some points of friction to our expedition explorers. Then they're adding a same world group finder. So we are kind of worried about the group finder, but at least keeping it within the same world will still allow you to play with people on your server And if somebody is a jerk, then the whole server will know that that one person is an a-hole. Finding a group to run expeditions with while solo isn't always easy when you need to ask the chat, so we are excited to release our first version of the Group Finder tool for expeditions. With this feature, you'll be able to access a specific group finder for each expedition, access through expedition entrance UI or related expedition map icons, browse listing created by other players, or post your own requests. This tool allows players to declare their preferred team role, such as DPS, tank, or healer, and recruit based on those roles. You can also set minimum gear score and level, then inspect members to learn their average G score, weapons, and mastery levels. Then there's expedition tuning or removal. So because they've added the group finder, you don't need the orbs. I personally think they should have started with this at the beginning. If they just had the orbs be where you can sell them on the marketplace, you might not have had such of an issue, but the orbs were stupid. So in this update, they removed expedition tuning orbs and replaced them with daily limits for normal and weekly mutated expedition runs to make all expeditions easier to access. This new system features 15 normal expedition runs per day per player, or 105 per week per player, and 25 mutant expedition runs per week. For concerned players, this is how we plan on introducing it after the PTR. In order to honor the value you've put into acquiring existing tuning orbs, any orbs in your inventory upon the update will be replaced with caches that give loot appropriate for their expedition. While you won't get a full run's worth of coin and drops, the roles will include boss drops for weapons and armor, in addition to opportunities for expertise bumps. So now is the time to stack up all of your orbs before running any expeditions. Do not run expeditions as much. Still run them if you like running them, but stack your orbs up so you can get some cool stuff that you can probably salvage or sell or whatever. For normal expedition, caches will reward a role from the sub-boss and main boss found in that specific expedition and grant coin equal to 50% the cost previously associated with buying that specific type of orb from the faction shop. For mutated expeditions, caches will reward 4 boss roles of the final boss of 4 eligible mutators, and coin equal to 50% the cost previously associated with buying that specific type of orb from the faction shop. So let me know in the comments below, do you call it cache? Do you call it cash? Do you call it cashy? I kind of flip-flop between them. I say cache, I say cash, but we know what we're talking about. More details can be found within the series notes. And then there's like a loot rebalance. So it says, with the accessibility changes to expeditions, we removed roughly 80% of coin generated from expedition bosses and have instead spread it out to coin drops from elite chests and darkness breaches completion bonuses to help compensate for the reduction. Twice a day, players can loot elite chests in the open world for complete minor and major darkness breaches to earn a bag of coins, and each bag contains 500 coins. I believe they did this so people just can't run the dungeons over and over again to amass a lot of wealth and mess up the economy. I'm not sure how much coins you got from Expedition. Along with that, we have introduced a new method to help the player overcome the randomness of Expedition loot. Materia is a new type of resource. Materia then can be used to craft your desired drop. So what's funny about this is that materia is specifically a Final Fantasy thing, and it's so funny to see it here. I don't think there's any other games or anything else in the world that's like, we're using materia. I've only heard it in Final Fantasy. So this makes me laugh tremendously. There are 2 ways to obtain this resource. Any named item obtained from an expedition can now be salvaged into materia or its corresponding expedition type. And marine materia, depths materia. The player will also receive materia when defeating the main boss of an expedition. Mutator loot shift. We've shifted the difficulty levels at which loot unfolds. The system was originally intended to give players a sense of rewarding progression as they play through the different difficulty levels, which it did accomplish. But the lower levels didn't feel particularly good due to sparse rewards. We've therefore changed what items unlock at which difficulty level, which should result in a wider variety of lower level rewards. No loot has been removed, as specific items have shifted to unlock at different brackets and in certain groups. We've also added another accessory to each mutator. Previously, each mutator dropped 2 of the 3 types of accessories. Now every mutator can drop all available types. Now we have some instance war information, and then this is going to be where we stop here after the instance where information, but stay after to hear some more music. Also, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel, please. I highly appreciate it. Previously, while one or more wars were ongoing, server performance could become degraded. This could result in latency spikes for players in the war and surrounding areas of Aeternum. We have re-architected the underlying technology for wars and are happy to report that wars should no longer pose risk of such a drastic negative performance impact to participants nor the world around them. Now, after this is loot, perks, and trade skills, but they are all going to be changing the tuning value of those as the PTR goes on, and it might be different when the full release comes out. So I just kind of wanted to touch on the items that we know will be in the full release and go from there. What do you guys think of these changes? This is supposed to be a huge, major update coming, and New World, it might not bring back players, but the people that are there will be pretty happy. Plus, they are having a sale going on right now where I believe it's 40% off, which is a huge sale, almost 50% off, making the game probably like $35, something like that. So it's not too bad for a buy to play game. And I probably spend a lot of time messing with the instruments personally. That probably they've got me with the rhythm game. I'm not gonna lie. Let me know in the comments what you think, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for coming by. I appreciate it. Thank you. Peace.